What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Simple Minds, and we're returning to Life in a Day, 1979. And the next track is Wasteland, which, when I loaded it up, it made me think of that song Baba O'Reilly, I believe it's called, often referred to as Teenage Wasteland. Nevertheless, I feel like it's a term that is inherently dystopian. It speaks to an area, a place, perhaps an entire planet that has been decimated, destroyed, left in ruins, with no signs of life or vitality on a larger scale. So yes, a wasteland is desolate, it is desertous, it is despairing of any normal signs of positivity or invigoration. So I feel like the tone immediately based on the title is a negative one that speaks to something that is destroyed or decimated, but I don't know if that will be ironic or if there'll be a social criticism about a particular country or place. So I feel like there's a lot of different directions it could go, but it's starting in a very dark place. So let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Simple Minds. The track is Wasteland, and it's from their 1979 album Life in a Day.
There's so much more that I can't find. Wasteland, 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 wasteland.
Well, lyrically, I really have no idea what's going on. I definitely heard the title phrase, including, or the title word, repeated at the end there. What was that line, "We better speak now"? I couldn't hear the actual verb, and I'm not even sure if that was the full phrasing of the sentence, but it sounded on a smaller scale than maybe I was thinking. Perhaps it is referring to larger events or the scope is grand, but as I said, it felt the little tidbits that I caught felt more personally or maybe interpersonally oriented. Nevertheless, it's another one with a bit of that Roxy music feel. Maybe not as strong as one or two others we've heard, but still with those backing organ sort of keyboards, the raucous guitar, although a bit more tight and focused at the beginning and the end, but in the middle section it was really rocking away. So just something about the sonic configuration gave me a bit of that Roxy music feel. And yeah, ultimately Kerr's vocals sounding very different than he does on later albums. I feel like I probably said that in nearly every reaction from this album, but it does stand out. And in this case, it sounded like his vocals were affected or echoed or somehow, maybe not muffled, muffled might be the wrong word, but again, they felt like echoed or somehow hemmed in or affected in some way. So I don't know if that was done, post-production, but it didn't feel like a straight, true, like natural vocal in terms of the quality of the sound of the voice. But yeah, a rocking track, different from some of their material in the subsequent albums, which has more of this like soundtrack rock type of feel, different from the more stadium rock sounding stuff of the mid-'80s that I got up to before jumping back. So yeah, I suppose, again, I've been saying this in a lot of the reactions from this album, but it's really interesting to get this back chronology of where they had already been before I've heard other stuff, or after I've heard other stuff from forward in time, and knowing that they started a bit more, let's say, raw and experimental, and then seemingly found a niche and were in that vein for a few years, and then began to expand into another style, which I know people have said the stuff from the mid-'80s begins to sound more like U2, and it sounds a bit more pop rocky, but either way, it's just cool to get all the different chapters in the story. Let me know if you have a little insight on the lyrics on this one. I don't really know what A Wasteland is all about here, or what, again, that recurrent line with something about like "speak now" is the way my brain heard it, but I may be wrong there. So let me know if you have some insight. I will see you next time. Peace.